If we don't know each other, my name is Dr. Shannon Irvine, and that's what I do. I help entrepreneurs train your brain to transform your business through a science-backed, brain-based perspective, how you can easily tap into the way you're wired, the way you're created to neurohack your success. It's so vital to learn how you are wired so that you can master it, so that you can step into it, so that you can work with the way your brain is processing versus working in direct opposition. So I'm really excited about this topic because paramount to you achieving anything in your life and in your business. When you are thinking about your current situation, your current circumstances, this morning when you thought about your day, all of that is being viewed through the lens of your subconscious, the lens of your past, right? So you repeat thoughts over and over and over and over again. And then those thoughts combine with emotion. Your emotion gets triggered based on your past that's stored in your memory and the thought that you have, and that gets triggered, right? And if you repeat that pattern enough, you create a belief. A belief is just a thought that's repeated so often that it gets automated in your subconscious. And then you go about your life and you go about your day and you have evidence, you have experiences, you have things that happen all around you, and your brain stores that in the memory center of your brain as reality, let's say, as truth, as reality. And remember, our brains have to align with what we've continued to repeat over and over and over again that's programmed in our subconscious. So as we approach our goals, as we are even thinking about our day, our brain is pulling into your awareness from the past and analyzing what to do with it. So it's pulling from the subconscious and creating decisions and taking action from a place of the past, a place that is already hardwired in your subconscious. And that is important for you to step into because we've got to be able to create your future from a state that you choose versus a state that is programmed. If you're on autopilot, then your current reality is a reflection of your past. Your current reality, your bank account, your health, your relationships, your business, all of it is a direct representation of what you have chosen to think over and over again, that's automated in your subconscious, has become what you've believed and has colored your experience. And then those memories combined in the subconscious mind becomes how you filter or look at or look through anything that you plan to do. You are pulling from that subconscious place, from the place of memory, and all of those things are evidenced from the past. So you're looking through the lens, you're putting on the glasses of your past and you're creating your future. You're putting on past goggles and you're taking decisions and creating action based on the knowledge from the past, the choices from the past, the thoughts from the past, 80 to 90% of the time. But the great news is, this is the best news. Me sitting in these neuropsychology and neuroscience rooms, finishing up that PhD as the crazy entrepreneur that knew there had to be a better way to get to the success that I wanted to get to, and hearing that we have a plastic part of our brain that we absolutely can choose to become the creator of our thoughts, choose the thought, repeat it frequently enough, get in the right state mentally and emotionally to where the experience that you're creating in the moment for your future is so compelling, is so drawing, and you've repeated it so often that now your subconscious is saying, oh, that's what she really believes. That's what he really thinks. Let me automate that. You want that to get automated. You don't want to be running your day, your life, your goals, your passions, all of that stuff from the past. We don't want to be doing that. We don't want to just be on autopilot going, okay, well, right now I see that I don't have enough money in the bank account, so therefore I can't go get this certification. Or I see that I haven't had enough experience yet, so therefore I'm not going to go do this thing. That's all coming from your past, all the thoughts combining, getting programmed in the subconscious. The subconscious is relying on memory, and therefore you're seeing through that filter. Now, if that's the filter you want to see through, if that's your choice, that you're fine and everything that's in that subconscious is perfectly automated and you don't need to have a different thought at all, like it absolutely is okay, then get on with your bad self. That's awesome. I want to meet you because I'm not there yet. I am not at that place yet. I still am constantly looking at the things, the thoughts, the filters that I am seeing through and realizing, oh, that's a decision I made in the past. That's not a current future choice of mine. And becoming doing the practice of creating the thoughts that's going to be repeated enough to create a subconscious programming that then my current reality can then focus through. Right? So if you think of them as filters or chinois, if you're a chef, or glasses, we want our brains filtering through the glasses that we choose, that will create the future and the circumstances and the environment and the health and the relationships and the business that we want, that you want, right? I mean, you get to choose. That's a God-given right that you have a brain. God gave you a brain. The brain is amazing. It is this powerhouse. And once you learn how to train it, once you learn how to use it to the best of its ability to really choose what you decide to program, notice when you're choosing automatic thoughts that do not serve the higher vision, the higher goal, the higher and best you, the bigger and best relationship, health, etc. That's when magic starts to happen, because it doesn't matter what happens. You can't control everything around you. You can't control all circumstances. All you've been given the gift to choose and control completely is the thought that creates the emotion, which gets automated and creates a belief that gets hardwired into your subconscious that creates 80% to 90% of all your actions and decisions. And I would love to know from you if choosing what gets automated is what is important to you at this moment, because you're always advocating for one or the other. You're either putting on the lenses of the past and seeing things as they are right now based on not ever questioning any of your thought processes, or you are a neurohacker, you are a brain trainer, you are somebody who's saying, I know that's what's been going on up to now. It's not my fault, but from this point forward, from this Monday morning forward, I am going to choose my thoughts. And knowing how my brain is wired, I know that if I repeat this thought enough and I create the emotional state that will go with it as if it's already happened, then my brain will see it as safe and familiar. My brain will see it as belief, and it will automate it in my subconscious. And that is the magical unicorn right there. That is this beautiful power that you've been given by God to create everything that you are called to create in this world. And it's on the other side, but I really want you to hear me. I really, really, really want you to hear me. Everything of my success that you're seeing from the outside toward me, everything starts with a thought. Everything was not working when my thoughts were on autopilot. Everything was chaotic, full of anxiety, full of jealousy, full of trying to be better than I was, like trying to pretend I was better than I was, all the things. I'm as real as it gets. Like those were the things I was struggling with, trying to put on like I'm more than I am, like all that stuff, all that treadmill of trying to keep up with all the voices that were in my head telling me I'm not enough. I don't have what it takes. Who am I? Like, why are you trying? Like all those things. Anybody? Like, does anybody have that narrative going on, those stories going on that is stopping you dead in your tracks? Well, that's that filter. That's the brain wiring, and it's not your fault. You've done that as a perfectly operating brain. In fact, if you have those things going on right now, that's just evidence that your brain is so strong that when you capture it, when you truly process and when you truly learn the power of training your brain, neurohacking your brain, and for your success, you will become unstoppable, like unstoppable. completely stepping into your calling, stepping up into the best version of yourself, having the relationships you want, the health that you want, the business of your dreams, the freedom in your life. And it's all on the other side of training your thinking to only allow the thoughts that are going to create the reality that you want. Living from that future state now and taking the scripture says, take your thoughts captive. That wouldn't be there unless we have the capacity to do that. You have the complete 100% capacity to take each and every thought captive, meaning hold it and choose. Will I continue to advocate for this belief that is no longer serving me, holding me back, keeping me under constraint, and giving me the life that I am okay with, that's all right, and of course I'm content, but you want so much more, and you know you're called to so much more? Or are you willing to say, no, I am going to take captive that thought. I'm going to hold that thought, and I'm going to choose a thought that I consciously know will bring me exactly to where I want to go. And I'm going to repeat it so often that my body feels it, the emotions in the body feel it. And then I'm going to repeat that so frequently every single day so that I train my thinking, I train my mind. How is it that we think, you get the idea of like the physical training, right? Like we make a choice to either not eat well or eat well. We know that it's a choice, and we know that when we don't, it creates extra fat, and when we do, it leans us out. We know that, and we know when we go to the gym and we exercise and we use our muscle, it builds, and if we don't, it atrophies. We know this. Cognitively, we know this. Yet we have this brain. It's designed exactly the same way. And it's beautifully designed to allow you to step into your very biggest and best calling and help it become, now, not effortless. I'm not saying it's a magical unicorn and all you do is sip lattes all day and like your bank account just fills up. Like, that's silly. No, we show up, we work, we do the thing, right? We step in and we serve because that's who we're called to do. But when you really, like, truly embrace this life of neurohacking, of a brain-based, science-backed perspective on success, and you start just even observing the thoughts to begin with, and then deciding that thought's going to serve me or that thought's not going to serve me. Choose the thoughts that serve you at the beginning of your day and repeat them all day long. Because look, you're going to have to do that in the face of evidence of the bank account, in the face of evidence that your health or your relationships or your business isn't where you want it to be yet. But how much more are you going to create of that same situation if you keep thinking in the exact same way? If you keep thinking the exact same way, with the same blocks, with the same things that have been holding you back, and you're expecting to create a different result, that's a real uphill battle. But when you stop and slow down long enough to just say, okay, I am going to become a neurohacker. I'm going to be the creator of my success through my thoughts. Thoughts create everything, y'all. Like, every invention ever started with a thought. Things we take for granted, cars that I'm sitting in right now, things that we, chair, everything around us is created by a thought first. So are our realities. So are our futures. So is the person that we really want to step into being. So is our calling. So is our health. So is our business. It all starts with a thought that aligns with where you want to be, not where you are. Where you are is representative of the past stories, the past thoughts, the past automatic processes that probably were created as a child to keep you safe and familiar. And instead, I want you to exchange that for a conscious thinking, a thought process, and a brain training perspective where you know that you have the capacity to choose the thought that will create any future you choose, along with the work that will go with it. Because think about it. You have the thought creates the emotions that I'm already doing it and it's already happening. Then from that place, it gets programmed. Well, what kind of decisions do you think I will make? average decisions based on what I see around me, or the decisions that align with the place I want to be? I would love to know your thoughts on that. Is it easier to get to where you want to be thinking about it from that perspective, or where you are right now just looking at what's happened in the past? So future thoughts or holding on to what is current reality? Future or reality? Which thought is going to bring you closer to where you want to be in this life? And I am on fire because I love you, and I want to see my biggest vision, my biggest drive, the fire that's coming, that you're seeing, is what motivates our whole business. I want to see you train your brain so that you can transform everything in your life, if that's what you want to do. Now, I am probably not for the person that says, "No, I'm good. Everything around me is fantastic, and I don't want to, I don't want to improve anything." Like, I'd never, ever want to have one more anything. If that's you, and now more is not always better. I'm just saying, if you're not ready to stop thinking about yourself as if you're not enough, if that's okay that you say to yourself that you're not worthy, or you're not expert enough, or all those things, and you're okay with that, then I might not be for you, because I'm going to push you. In love, I am going to step in the space and say, you were meant for so much more. You were meant for so much more. And in my opinion, the key and the pathway to that more, that you all know because it's burning inside of you, because it wakes you up, that calling, that thing that you want, that you can't quite seem to get to, is all on the other side of the right thought that gets repeated enough and trained into your brain to where your thoughts become automatic towards your future versus being dictated by your past. That is all I have for you today. I hope you go out and truly become the creator of your thoughts, because your thoughts create the reality that you're seeing right now. All right, bye.